You don't get a degree in bug eye building. That's why the skills learned on this marine yard are so special.
I can say I'm like one of the few people that have built, a bug eye.
It's a win-win for the only bug eye left and the hands that want to keep her afloat.
What we're most proud of is the preservation of the skills to do this job.
Before champagne splashed the bow of the Edna E. Lockwood, 2 years of tough labor touched this sailboat that was first built in 1889 for dredging oysters. She went to work for 78 years before she was donated to the Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum in St. Michael's and registered as a National Historic Landmark.
This one's log built, meaning it's a bunch of trees pinned together and then carved out to the shape of a hull.
Michael Gorman is the shipyard manager at the museum. He had the help of about 10 students like Spencer Sherwood, who wanted to turn his art skills into something more functional.
So we had 50-foot long plans that we would roll out onto a log and be able to see if the log would fit. And once we would draw the plans on there and then cut it out.
The entire bottom of the boat was rebuilt using logs. John B. Harrison was the original builder on Tillman Island. Even on a cold, rainy day, several generations of his family celebrated the rebuilt bug eye at Oyster Fest.
It's such a unique way of building boats, how they took the logs and carved them out. It's like no other place.
Cool.
Why?
Because it was from a long ago.
The top was redone in the 1970s, so now she's like new.
Things like this aren't made anymore. You can't find the people that have the skills or the knowledge.
After a traditional blessing, the Edna Lockwood traveled down the Marine Railway and back into the bay, welcoming visitors once again.
Historically, the bug eyes were considered like the pickup truck for the Chesapeake Bay. They would run from the eastern shore to Baltimore.
The Edna Lockwood will go on a heritage tour starting next year, making stops at ports throughout the Chesapeake. She will carry the stories and the smell of champagne as the last historic log-bottom bug eye still under sail.
Something like this is maybe a once in a lifetime. To see a boat like this that's from the 1800s be restored from the ground up.
For Chesapeake Bay Magazine's Bay Bulletin, I'm Cheryl Costello.